All right, you gotta. Yeah.
Hey, my name's Adam. I'm the better Adam. I'm
better
a
Adam.
different Adam. Oh, hey,
So
buddy.
we got a theme
He's
of
not as
Adams
dressed
today.
As nice as I am, though. Wait, I got a blazer.
Way to knock the Threat Captain shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, right. I'm here to defend you, man.
You know what? I should put my hat on. You got a hat.
You should put your hat on. People are going to be really confused because your hat is straight up a captain's hat, and I'm going for lighthouse keeper, but I've been getting captain a lot this week. If you're watching this live or you're watching the recording back later, don't be shy.
Listen, I just got pointed at like I'm not taking this thing seriously, and I apologize. I disrespected you. I didn't show up my A game. Wasn't in uniform. I'm better than that, and you deserve better. So, cheers to you.
We'll manage, my guy.
Word.
All right, Adam Anderson, founder of ThreatCaptain and a dear friend, and also local entrepreneur, local to each other.
Word.
So, yay, Greenville, yay, upstate South Carolina.
Yeah, that Greenville. Hashtag blessed.
And unless you're from around there, that means nothing to you. But way to represent.
Yeah, right.
So what do you think of this week? How's it going?
Oh, it's gone really good. You know, the interesting thing is when you come to a conference, you have to decide what do you want to get out of it.
That's right.
And a lot of people track the KPIs of how many badges did I scam? What kind of leads did I get? Am I going to pay for the conference based off of my sales, right?
Yeah.
And sure, that's one way to go about it. But where we are right now is it's all about who are we connecting with on the vendor side. So we are exploring integrations. We're exploring different strategies. So I actually use ChannelCon more for a strategic pause where I'm able to like think bigger with cool people rather than, I got to push product. I got to sell.
That's right.
So from my point of view, it's been fantastic so far.
Did I hear you right? You said a strategic pause.
Yes. So what happens in business, especially from a startup side, is you are just tactically executing nonstop. Mm-hmm. And I come out here and I pause all that tactical execution and give myself permission to think strategically for a few days.
Love it. So I was on the All Things MSP podcast with Eric Anthony. They just recorded me this morning.
Oh, cool.
And I was asked about what I think is some of the value of ChannelCon and whatnot. I said something similar to you just now, and if you follow All Things MSP podcast, that'll come out in a couple of weeks, so you can listen to that there. But I said a lot of times us founders, business leaders in the channel can get a little bit of tunnel vision, and we're so focused on that next thing that's right in front of us. Something like this is a great opportunity. Pause is a great word. To lift your head up from that tunnel and look around. And what happens is you turn your head over your left shoulder and you're like, oh, hey, I didn't see that. We've been in the same tunnel this whole time.
Hey.
We've been going the same direction. I didn't see you there. So it's a great opportunity to pause, lift your head up, see what's around you, see who's around you. And so many meaningful connections happen here. So
that's right. I call it, those are my hey girl, hey moments.
Oh, hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey.
You want to strategically integrate some platforms?
Right.
Nice.
So you got a talk coming up here pretty soon,
yeah,
right?
About an hour. We will be talking about sales and cybersecurity and how to rethink your risk assessments.
All topics that are incredibly boring to me. That's a joke if you know me at all.
Yes. Well, you know, one of the problems that MSPs are facing is that what used to work doesn't work for cybersecurity. So what used to work is a referral, you can do some work, you can push some product. With cybersecurity, there's more cost justification required.
Right.
And so what we're going to be talking about is how do you justify the business case for cybersecurity and lead with that kind of risk assessment before you talk bits and bytes and beeps and bops.
Love it. All right. So this is really interesting because I asked the lesser Adam, who was on before you, I asked him this question, and it's kind of complimentary to what you were saying. So I'm going to ask you too.
Yeah.
I said, let's pretend I'm an MSP business owner and I'm at 2.5 million in annual revenue. I have 1,000 endpoints under management, spread across 35 SMB clients, more or less evenly spread. And I've been in the business a couple of years, and I've hit a plateau, and the referrals seem to be drying up. and I've tried a few things, and driving new business just seems to be like beating my head in with a brick.
Yep.
What would you tell that MSP? What advice would you give that IT service provider?
Give up? No, I'm joking.
Chuck in the towel.
That's
It
it.
does not get better.
That's right.
There is
I'm
no
sorry.
hope for you.
That's right. So I like that question, and the reason I paused is that there's so many answers.
Yeah.
Right? You can buy other people's clients. You can go prospecting. You can become a thought leader. You can do a lot of things. But I would probably suggest something super boring and straightforward. Normal prospecting, where you are reaching out to people.
Yep.
Hire somebody who will do some calls for you, and lead with a thing that other MSPs aren't doing. So here's the reason why most MSPs struggle to grow. I call you,
Yep.
and you're my customer. I was like, Jonathan, man, dude, I would love to sell you cybersecurity services. And you say, I already have a technology provider.
Right.
So the way you get net new clients is you have to offer something that you need that the other people don't do. And
Right.
so that's why I like a sales-led effort that's focused on understanding the business risk.
Yep.
And making sure companies are protected after a breach.
That's right.
Are prepared for after a breach might be a better way of putting it. And so, yeah, you're going to get, and you should charge for that.
Yeah.
So by charging NRR for assessments that the other people aren't doing, you can climb revenue and win clients.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. So, offer something the other people are not. And you made a comment, you know, it's like if we reach out, there's a high probability that they already have an MSP. We do a lot of cold outreach. We got the other Adam. I lovingly referred to you as the lesser Adam earlier. Adam number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does number 2 work for? I guess number 1. He's not wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
He's not wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So, the most common objection in cold outreach for MSPs that we run into is we're all good. We're all set.
I got a guy.
We already have a guy. We got an IT provider, or we have on-site IT.
Yep.
And sometimes the incumbent is nothing more than a status quo of apathy, and we're just okay with the dysfunction we have.
That's right.
And so if you come out swinging saying you need us for IT, just know 9 times out of 10, you're fighting up an uphill battle against an incumbent. So what Adam's saying, having a unique value that speaks to the status quo that the customer lives in every day makes you different, and it gives you a seat at a different table.
Yeah.
A lot of you spend a lot of time selling to the wrong person. And what Adam and the ThreatCaptain crew are striving to do is empowering IT providers and MSPs to be sitting at the right table and know how to have the right conversation with those people in the business.
Yep.
And just for an example, right, I know a lot of you end up getting introduced to your customer through like the IT manager, IT director, the office administrator, and maybe you get looped into the president or founder or CEO after a contract has been signed, or maybe at some point during the cycle. The guy that cut the check, though, is not necessarily the one that owns that you have the relationship with.
Yep.
And that we call that the tail wagging the dog. You need to be the one who's in control of the sales process, but you can't do that when you never get the seat at the table with the buyer. How far off am I?
No, that's great. Why don't I share a couple tips on how you get on that table?
Please.
All right. Now, the trick is, so I'll tell you why the IT director that you talk to usually shuts you down quickly. And it's because that person, with the heat of 1,000 suns, does not want to go ask for more money from their management. They are intimidated. They feel under-equipped. They don't like it. So because they have this shame reaction about asking for more money, they're probably not going to do that, right? Yeah. So what you have to do is find ways to make it okay for that IT director to go talk to the CFO or talk to the COO. And you can do that by asking leading questions such as, hey, now, I can give you all the threat intelligence. I can do all the things possible. But what I really need to do is understand what your company's risk appetite is. What's your threshold for risk? Because I know The VP of sales is probably really not risk averse at all, but your general counsel probably is. Is there a way I can get maybe about 10, 15 minutes with your C-suite and I run you through an exercise where we just talk about what risk looks like to everybody?
That's right.
The reason why doing that's important is that you can even give that away for free. Hey, I do a 30-minute workshop where we help identify what your risk threshold is for your company.
That's right.
Why that's important is it gets you in front of decision makers and budget holders with the IT director as an ally, not coming into a way and it's like, you got to ask for money now, buddy. We got to go.
Right.
So things like that, asking these tips and trips is all about, hey, what are safe questions that you can ask that the IT director cannot answer?
That's right.
And it's okay that they don't have that answer.
Right. Because you're going to empower them.
That's it.
100%.
You're going to make them look like a hero.
Yeah. It's not just sales enablement. It's sales empowerment.
Yeah.
You can have that one for free, Adam. Put it on a T-shirt.
It's already a tramp stamp. I just don't know whose. I'm sure.
Fantastic.
Somewhere here there is a QR code that links to that.
To your complimentary malware and your free trial of ThreatCaptain.
Right. I always wonder why we don't have more QR codes for tattoos. Because that would be like, I could just change the link to whatever. Anyway, I digress.
Fantastic. Last question for you. So, Adam the Lesser, who was here just before you, much love, Belansky.
Lord Farquhar, the Lesser. Yeah, yes.
A question I asked him, because he had noted there's a lot of vendors here at ChannelCon this week.
Yep.
And you've been in the space a while. You've seen some things.
Yep.
A lot of these folks are clamoring for the same conversation with the same ideal partner. And some of them are having those conversations. Others are not. Yeah. If I'm an aspiring channel vendor, what word of advice would you have for how to do business effectively with IT service providers?
Know who your customer is. And what I mean by that is if you are a vendor and you are selling to MSPs, not every MSP is a customer. And what you're going to do is you're going to get super worried because you're like, I got to close everybody. I got to be in a hurry. Ask more questions. For me, I know the perfect company for ThreatCaptain to work with is a MSP that has a sales force.
That's right.
It's a MSP that has an owner-led sales that is looking to get out of sales and train a team. I also know that a good fit for me, they have to be, on their way up or in a growth mindset.
That's right.
So I don't try to close everybody. What I do is authentically show up, ask questions, and say, maybe we're not a fit. It's okay. By giving the managed service provider upfront contract saying it's okay to tell me no.
That's right.
Why don't we just take 10 minutes and find out if we should work together?
That's right.
It's great. By the way, tell them your price. Talk it through. Let them get all the cards on the table. The thing you don't want to do is waste days and weeks in negotiating and going after a client that just isn't a fit.
100%.
You'll find out in 10 minutes or less if you ask the hard questions.
I agree with that so very, very much. A trap that I believe a lot of startup entrepreneurs fall into, and I think it's not just startup. I think it's just salespeople in general. It's the same thing we were telling MSPs a moment ago. You're at the wrong table with the wrong people.
That's right.
Right. And sometimes in sales, it feels like a glass of water in the desert because sometimes a poor fit prospect will give you the time of day. And when you're in the desert, desperate for that next sales opportunity, it feels like you're doing sales because I'm having a conversation with somebody. They're asking me questions. But when you really understand who your customer is, that individual isn't buying from you. So it's, learn this early and often that not everyone is your buyer, not everyone is your customer. And once you can know that and believe it, then you can identify quickly, like, hey, this is an incredible human being.
Yeah.
I'm going to cheer you on, but I'm also going to move on to the next.
So here's why people don't do that. It is, I don't have enough leads. I'm not having as many conversations as I need to. If you know that only 20% of the people you talk to are a match, then you're going to break yourself if you're not talking to enough people.
That's right.
Right. And so if you only talk to 10 people a day while you're at a conference, please, sir, no, don't go. No one's stopping by my booth. Come back. Right.
Yeah,
and you'll just do the behavior because you're desperate for it to happen.
That's right.
to be able to tell a client, no, you're not a fit, it gets so much easier to do that if you have enough leads coming in where you have a call right after that call, right after that call. So I also like to say that from a psychological health point of view, getting your leads lined up so you have enough lead flow where you can actually do effective sales.
That's right.
Because otherwise you're in a scarcity mindset and you become desperate. And
That's right.
the worst
glass
thing,
of water in the desert,
glass of water in the desert.
even though it's like salt water.
Well, and that's the problem, because you'll eventually get customers that aren't great fits for you. And then they end up having the normal reaction of being upset because they should never have been doing business with you in the first place.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, these are incredible words of wisdom from
Yeah, they
the
are.
one and only Adam Anderson, Adam the Greater.
Yeah.
Much love, Belansky. Thank you for hanging out with us, and I will do my best to be in your presentation later this afternoon.
We do.